Once a Satan worshipper, Zebani Efe confirmed he was a convert. A TikTok influencer known as Zebani Efe on social media announced that he became a Muslim. Zebani was born in Izmir in 2005. Before converting to Islam, Zebani claimed that he was a Satanist and was 456 years old and claimed to be the prophet of Satanists and claimed that 15% of Turkey's population would become Satanists. In the video circulating, Zebani said 2 sentences of the Shahada. He also took off the earring that was stuck in his mouth and shared the moment of Umrah on his social media account with the caption, "Allah is greatest." Zebani, who is known for her bright pink hair, was seen changing her hair color to black when performing the Umrah, as quoted from arahma.id. Zebani often debates on social media on behalf of Satanists. He also claims to be able to read minds, and his job is to convince people to follow his path. 3 months ago, Zebani was invited to a podcast called Underground. Zebani proudly talked about his activities as a devil worshipper. According to Hidayatullah.com, he became interested in Islam when he frequently appeared on the Year 6 Film Podcast, a YouTube channel that focuses on preaching content. In a chat, he talked about trying to avoid the existence of God. In every debate about Islam, Efe always provides well-prepared questions and evidence. It is not uncommon for the inviter to be overwhelmed because they are unable to answer. 3 months after appearing on a podcast, he was invited back with a ton of questions. Interestingly, the Ustads at the event was able to answer all his questions. The host explained that he has been in constant communication with Zebani Efe since his last appearance. Apparently, Efe's efforts to avoid God were unsuccessful. Instead, he received guidance. Efe documented his closeness to Islam and his Umrah journey through videos he shared on his TikTok account. This change received thousands of positive comments and interactions from netizens. Zebani Efe, the repentance of a Satan worshipper. Efe Baikan, a TikTok influencer known as Zebani Efe on social media, announced that he became a Muslim. Suddenly, Zebani's transformation had a big impact. Intense news flow on social media about Zebani Efe being a Muslim. Zebani was born in Izmir in 2005. She attracts attention with her hot pink hair and facial piercings. In previous statements, Zebani claimed that he was a Satanist and was 456 years old, and claimed to be the prophet of Satanists, and claimed that 15% of Turkey's population would become Satanists. Zebani's conversion to Islam caused different comments on social media. Although some users appreciate Zebani's decision, others interpret this transformation as just a gimmick. In his statement on his social media account, Zebani said, "I have previously said that I am a Satanist and that I am 456 years old. However, this statement is not true. I am a Muslim and I believe in Allah." In the video circulating, Zebani said 2 sentences of the Shahada. He also removed the earring that was stuck in his mouth and shared the moments of his Umrah on his social media account with the caption, "Allah is greatest." Zebani, who is known for his hot pink hair, was seen changing his hair color to black when he performed Umrah. His speaking style changed completely, and he was seen performing ablution and praying. Zebani often debates on social media on behalf of Satanists. He also claims to be able to read minds, and his job is to convince people to follow his path. 3 months ago, Zebani was invited to a podcast called Underground. Zebani proudly talked about his activities as a devil worshipper. By June 6, 2024, 15% of Turkey's population will be Satanists. 3 years ago, I dreamed about it, said Zebani. I was in a human body, even though I was not actually human. I have 2 genie bodyguards who follow me everywhere. On June 6th, there will be an uprising, a war will be fought by me and my troops. I will do my duty, then die. I'm going to start real life. "This is the reason why I was sent to this world, so that people can live freely," he added. Questions about Islam. Zebani's appearance makes people uncomfortable when they see him, with bright pink hair and lots of piercings on his face. However, not many people know that Zebani is just a teenager whose head is full of questions and thirst for knowledge. Unfortunately, only a handful of people are willing to respond. People are already antipathetic to his appearance. In cases where he often debates Islam, Zebani always provides well-prepared questions and evidence to support him, right up to his last podcast appearance. 3 months after Zebani appeared on Underground, the channel invited him again. This time Zebani's questions were answered by someone who understands Islam well. The host explained that he had been in constant communication with Zebani since his last appearance. Second podcast. As usual, Zebani came armed with a number of questions and verse quotes to support his claims. He started a series of questions that included cliché things, such as violence against women, violence against non-Muslims, halal and haram. And where is Allah's role when there is both good and evil in the world? Is Allah the one who causes both? And there are many other questions. From his behavior and speech, it is easy to conclude that even though Zebani seems agnostic, he is willing to give up when he finds an answer. More than once he said, "Convince me, maybe I'll believe you," during the interview. "If we succeed in providing proof that Islam is the true religion, will you admit this time that you have been lost all this time?" Host asked. "You can't prove it to me," answered Zebani. "Why can't we prove it?" Host replied. "Just prove it, come on," challenged Zebani. Zebani returned to Islam. When interviewed, Zebani admitted that he had prayed before and felt peaceful when doing so. In fact, Zebani has been a Muslim since childhood. To encourage him, the host said that there was nothing wrong with his questions and that he should ask more questions in search of answers. This can be done while studying Islam. Zebani expressed his joy at having the opportunity to visit the Kaaba and said that he could not do so in its current condition and appearance. He wondered if he would feel as peaceful there as he had imagined. The host promised to take him to the Kaaba if he became a Muslim. That's when Zebani emphasized that he wanted to become a Muslim if his question was answered convincingly. After thinking for a while, Zebani finally decided to become a Muslim and say the Shahada. To conclude the interview, the host promised to accompany Zebani around the Kaaba. And it's true, as in the video that has gone viral, where Zebani is seen performing the Umrah. Zebani is the face of so many vulnerable teenagers who constantly seek the freedom to act and appear as they please. And some like Zebani take the fatal step of becoming Satanists and worshipping things they know nothing about. Zebani had no intention of becoming a Muslim until he appeared on the podcast. His first and second appearances were enough to convince him that he had been lost for so long, and he was happy to find his way back to God.